Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
And today I'm so excited to bring to you this amazing woman of fire, woman of power from Creative Dynamics. I'm so excited to have her here with us today again. Haven't seen her in a while, and I've missed her. Brittany, Ashley, thank you for joining us again today.
Yeah, it's been some time. I can't even remember the last time we did a last podcast. It's been a few months, is it not?
It has been a few months. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, yay, we get to see Brittany. We haven't seen her in like 3 or 4 months. It's been a while.
I was like, you've been so busy.
Yes.
Which is great. But do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you've been doing?
Yeah. So this year I decided to venture into coaching. So I guess I'll just highlight I'm the owner, founder of Creative Dynamic Virtual Services, which is I started to empower moms to work from home so they don't kind of forget who they are when they are moms, and we can really find ways for them to give back into the world slowly or whichever is organically to them. But I always felt like there's something missing. I'm always trying to think of what else more can I do. And I decided to go into coaching and to be a professional business coach. And that journey has kind of progressed a lot since we last seen each other. And I'm now a certified coach. I've been approved to write the final exam for the ICF, so I'll be part of the International Federation of Coaching.
The International Federation.
Yeah.
That's so cool. International. Woo!
A very lovely organization to be a part of because I agree with all their ethics and just the general basis of what they've built around coaching and just the education piece. But yeah, so since my journey though, it's funny, my whole life, I was just saying to you both that I have dyslexia. I've never lost it, but I've in a way have found my way of kind of go through the trenches. When somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it better. If you're going to challenge me, I'm going to step up and I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it a different way, but you're going to watch out world. So a little bit of the fire Brittany I was talking about, that passion comes in quite a bit. So with the coaching piece, I started to have the realization that a lot of people still struggle with learning today. As adults, everyone learns completely different. And sometimes in our world today, we still don't accept that. Right. I've come through a lot with my mom's help. And I know there is kids out there, specifically youth, that might not get that kind of support. And so part of my coaching, yes, I do want to still empower women and help build their foundational businesses, but other pieces that speak to me greatly and how I want to show up in the world as well is to empower youth, do executive coaching, overcoming limiting beliefs, and really stepping into the world of what they want to be.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what a limiting belief is? I mean, I try to tackle those every chance I get, but you want to talk about it a little bit?
So everyone, we start developing limiting beliefs at a very young age. I'm still doing a whole bunch of research so I can understand a bit more of what would be the benefit of what age group to kind of step into that frame of coaching. But a limiting belief is just having I'll put to example of building your business, I'm not good enough. So just having that negative notion of the I'm not good enough can really hinder your actual true ability to do something. So
because if you're believing that in your head, then that's how you show up, right?
Exactly. And that's kind of how it ties into the attention piece of just in any kind of on a daily basis or weekly basis. If your attention is that I'm not good enough to be here, I'm not good enough to do this, then you're putting that kind of out in the world, and you're just, that negative energy's just not, some people call it karma, some people call it negative energy. It's just not going to kind of be full circle to you and really help you live within the present moment of what you really want to be and aspire to be. That helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then
so
you can set the intention that you're going to show up in a better way. And then
exactly.
and then you, through your coaching, you actually help reformat those, kind of, in my language. I don't know, that's kind of my language. Computer language.
Coaching is all about putting the empowerment back into the person that you already have. You are already an empowered person, but sometimes there's just so many social factors that affect us that we forget about who we actually are. So coaching, it's just asking a lot of curious questions, trying to navigate and really partner with you to find that piece that you already know. So there's kind of going to be like a full circle, like coaching kind of piece, and then kind of like workshops as well, that I'm thinking of building. As I do more research, like I'll have a little bit more to present, hopefully by the next time we do a new podcast.
Right. Well, because you're always growing and learning, but you, like you've said that you tackle it in a different way.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel, and it really does speak to me because growing up my whole life, I've always been told I can't do things. So it's like, well, you know what? That's like the fire Brittany, where I'm like, I'm going to really like show you I can do it. I'm going to do it 200 times better. I think it's just ingrained in me. I've always had that belief in me. So I really am passionate to help others, because usually you have your flight or fight stances. And if somebody tells you you're not good enough at a certain age over and over again, you're going to believe that. Right. So I'm hoping with executive coaching, empowerment, talking more about entrepreneurship, all of the things, youth can kind of see there's a bigger world out there than just being put into a box. Because when you get labeled as, oh, you have a learning disability, oh, you're dyslexic, oh, you have ADHD, you're put in a box, and you're like, what else can I do in this tiny little box? And you're like I was told, when I really want to figure out what I really want to do with my life, that, oh, I can work at Tim Hortons and just do that for the rest of my life. And I'm like, no, that doesn't sit well with me. I'm going to do it something more that resonates with me. What is my true intention? And it's been a full journey.
Right.
I've been doing all the things. I was in tech. I was in the tourism hospitality industry. I've built the business, and now I'm coaching. So it's like a full journey, kind of where I'm venturing to. But I'm very passionate to kind of help those who feel like they've been put in a box to kind of step out and be their own person and send their own attention into the world.
I love that you are focusing on stopping those negative self-talk when they're still youth, that belief embodiment when they're still youth. Because if I know that if I had somebody to help coach me in that way when I was a teenager,
right,
how much farther ahead would I be in my own personal growth journey than I am now? If how much more success or whatever would I have if I had that when I was a youth? So I fully appreciate you just really help guiding the youth in that way to believe in themselves so powerfully, because they're the next generation. And you know what? Things have been really, really hard for a lot of our youth,
Yeah.
especially over the last several years.
I heard that it's about 55% of our youth feel like there might be some form of emotional abuse happening to them. Like that's a high percentage of not feeling worthy,
Yeah.
just in general. Like, wow.
Half of our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. So I'm really excited that that's your passion. And I'm really, it is such a gift to the kids and to the moms you work with too, right? Because you work with moms that are trying to figure out how to be moms and work and make an income, right? And so then you're showing moms how to show up in a better way too. Like it's a full package, right?
Yeah. I think it is definitely a full package. Whenever someone asks me like, what am I doing? And they can never keep up.
Right.
I want myself to do the next thing because I feel like I was here to make an impact. So what else can I do? What else? Like I'm always thinking, what else?
Yes.
Yeah. And how can I help the next person
Yeah.
that comes through the door? And how can I help the next person? And I love that it looks like this for you and that you have a passion for working with the youth in this way. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want to hug your mom and tell her thank you too. Right? Because you credit her for helping you through that time. So that means she showed up for you every day there too. Like that's a hard partnership too. So that's awesome. I always like to say that special kids have special moms. So excellent.
It's true. I've come in two different dynamics for sure from parents upbringing, and I think that's definitely what has made me to be who I am today. Right now I'm taking a coaching course of understanding your self-saboteur and how you kind of self-sabotage yourself in certain circumstances, and it all leads down to like childhood trauma, they would kind of claim it as, and how you overcome that. And my thing was restlessness. My self-saboteur, because I'm never always happy. I'm always looking for the next thing. But I'm like, oh, that is me.
But it's also part of your growth is, okay, I learned that. What's next?
Right. And then you start to enjoy the journey as much as the growth too. So it doesn't mean you have to stop. Just you enjoy it. The moments better too. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm super excited. I have a new course I'm taking in September to be a Dare to Lead coach as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great program. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then next year, I'm hoping to do one specifically for coaching with youth. So then I'd be certified in 3 different areas. So that I think the combination effect will help me leverage what I'm not hoping, but what I'm going to build. See?
There you go.
And what you are building.
There you go.
Yeah, you are building it. And I like that you want to have the different perspectives too, because I think that's what makes us better. Like it makes us more rounded when we're more open to different perspectives. And when we're working with youth, they need that. They need more because they don't fit in a box. It's not like one size fits all. They need more pathways than just one way to get to somewhere.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to work with youth. And I was talking to another possible colleague to build something else about workshops for parents so they can understand a little bit what youth can be going through, those who are struggling with dyslexia. And the thing is not one kid, it can be classified into one area of, for me, for example, I see words backwards. I'm such a slow reader. I have to read things multiple times. Numbers, I'm so bad with numbers. That's why I always have my assistant, aka my husband, helping me with
Right.
numbers.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm hoping to build that too, just that education piece, so it can be full rounded. So the youth can really explore and expand, and then the parents can be very understanding as well, and having that kind of mesh.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that,
love
because
that.
if the parents don't open up their minds to what is going on with the kiddos, then it makes it hard, because then the kiddos are trying to fit into the parent box, but they don't.
Everybody's
Right.
speaking a different language instead of
Yeah.
speaking the same language.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't,
Which is
right?
very, yeah.
Like if
Is
you
there-
imagine that you woke up and all of a sudden you can't understand what everyone around you is saying, like because they're speaking different languages.
Yeah,
That yes,
because-
that would be like, whew. Sorry, that was exciting. My brain went, wee. Okay, I'm there.
Awesome. I love that. I'm hoping that resonates with a few people out there, because I've seen that's definitely a gap that I've seen and experienced my whole life, and it's still there.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping to kind of fill that gap more.
you are. You already are.
You already are. You're amazing, Brittany. We are so lucky to have you with us at the table today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's always a pleasure.
I love that you are continuing to focus on your goals and dreams, and just, having that complete attention for everything that you're doing, which is our Sutra topics this week. It kind of intertwined it in there.
Yeah,
Just
that was
magic.
pretty awesome.
We are really, really just blown away by your heart and everything you do to help people just understand themselves a little bit better. Fully appreciate you.
Thank you two for always having me on your shows. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I love the space that we're in. So the next part is our giving, right? Because as entrepreneurs, it's important that we're giving in our communities. And so the Tears Foundation is our cause for the quarter.
It is.
And
coming up, they're having a 20th anniversary gala and silent auction coming up in just a couple of weeks, October 8th. Yes, October 8th. And it's in Puyallup, Washington. So if you are in the area, we'd love to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. And we're still collecting items for the silent auction as well as the live auction. So if you have something you would like to donate for a great cause and it's tax deductible, go ahead and shoot me an email at charlie@womeninleadershipbsmb.com.
And as always, follow us on all the social medias. And if you don't know where to find us, we are at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. All right.
Thank you again for joining us today. We love you all. Namaste.
Namaste. Mwah.